we're back with a special team builder episode prepping for week 5 of the WBE, which is against Sierra and the Toronto Maple Mews. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm here with my lovely front office member, Patrick, aka P-Dons. Say hello.
What's up, Anime Club?
Yay! So you guys said last time that you really liked having the team builder in a separate video because this way I'm not just crazy explaining things before the match begins. So we're here right before my match against Sierra, and we're just gonna talk a little bit about the final set we decided to go with. And I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm a little scared for this matchup. Dracozolt is scary. We're also having a Cinderace mirror match. Like, we love Cinderace because it's such a heavy hitter, but having to deal with speed ties is not really the best for us. And also, you'll notice we're gonna talk a little bit, of course, about the matchup and everything like that. But before then, the mons that you see that we've decided to bring. We're not bringing Riolu. How crazy is that? My precious bean. I took it to heart. A lot of you guys mentioned that, you know, Cinderace Riolu, it can get a little bit predictable. As strong as it is something that you can very easily prepare for. And so we're spicing things up today. We are bringing Cinderace, Snorlax, Quagsire, Toxtricity, Tangela, and Rhydon. And we're going to go into the specific movesets in just a second. But Patrick, let's talk about the matchup itself. When you saw this matchup, what'd you think? How are you feeling?
Let's just put it this way, Steph. This matchup has been on my mind since the draft concluded. I felt that we were kind of weak against Dracozolt and Redirection. And it took me a long time to even think about how we were going to approach that. One of the things we did was trading the Claydol to Poise for a Rhydon. We had this matchup in mind when we made that transaction. We needed Lightning Rod support.
Oh,
Plus
yeah.
the fact that Rhydon could hit a lot of Sierra's Mon super effectively. Yeah, we basically were eyeing this matchup along with general team synergy when we acquired the Rhydon.
Yeah, we got Rhydon back in week 2, and we were eyeing this Dracozolt, being like, how do we deal with this thing? This thing is kind of scary. So yeah, you'll also notice, I don't think we've been able to talk about it on video yet, we acquired Quagsire. The lovely Zoe 2 Dot did a little bit of a trade with us. So we decided to, well, basically she wanted Mime Jr., so I used one of my transactions to draft Mime Jr. We dropped Linoon, gave her Mime Jr. for the Quagsire. Now we have the cute little boy, and can we just appreciate his face? I'm excited to bring him to the matchup purely for his face in the thumbnail because he's such a cutie. I love him so much. So yeah, we also have Quagsire, which can kind of help us a little bit with this Dracozolt weakness. And yeah, before we're going to talk about some of the cool stuff we have. But again, any other thoughts about this matchup, the team? What are you fearful of? What do you think we have some really good answers to? Anything like that, and then we'll dive into our specifics.
It's a little hard to say we have good answers to anything on Sierra's team because Sierra's team is incredibly well constructed. But we have some things that we can use to get around to Redirection. We have some things that we can use to get around to Dynamax threats, and if we play carefully, we can also get around to new Intimidate setter and Crocroc, and we can potentially neutralize Ditto's advantages. So we have options. We're gonna go through them.
Oh yeah, and you know, it's kind of funny. So Sierra recently picked up Ferroseed Crocorock the same week we picked up Quagsire, and it was just when I was thinking we were free of Intimidate. The Intimidate keeps coming, so we definitely have to learn to play around it. So let's dive in and talk about what we've decided to bring for this week in the WB for our match. Remember, guys, the matches do go live every single Sunday at around 12 p.m.-ish Eastern time, or a little earlier or later, depending on when I sync it up with our opponent. And so, yeah, let's take a look. So, like I said earlier, we've got Cinderace, Snorlax, Quagsire, Toxtricity, Tangela, Rhydon. Guys, Toxtricity is finally coming to a match. It only took 5 weeks for us to use this beautiful Pokemon. Toxtricity can definitely be a threat, but he's a little bit of a frail boy, so it was kind of hard to justify bringing him to certain matches where he wouldn't just get steamrolled. So, yeah, Patrick, you want to talk about the moveset we offered to go with?
Sure. In regards to the Toxtricity, we've got Overdrive, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch. Um, yes, there are 3 electric attacks, but they all do different things, so that's why they're on there.
Mm-hmm.
With Clefairy's potential for redirection, it is important that we have a spread move that can do as much damage as possible. Plus Clefairy's weak to Sludge Bomb, so that's good.
Yeah.
With the EV spread that we're using, we need Thunderbolt to guarantee certain KOs, like on Talonflame,
Yeah.
and Volt Switch is for pivoting.
Yes, absolutely. We really are afraid of Sierra just taking that speed control and going with the wind. So if we can get rid of that Talonflame, it'll be really good for us. And so we've ran a few defensive calcs, and so just having these electric type moves, I think we'll be in a good spot. Also, before you ask, I will make sure to not self-lightning rod myself, because that would be really embarrassing. And we all know that on Twitch I do that kind of a lot.
Who has Lightning Rod, Steph?
I have lightning rod. I love that meme so much.
Yeah. I also wanted to point out with the spread we're running with the Toxtricity, if Sierra is not running a life orb on Cinderace, like for example, it's safety goggles, we will take a G-Max Fireball from it. Also, if Sierra is running a timid Blastoise and scarfs it, if she goes for Helping Hand with Clefairy and then uses a Choice Scarf Timid Water Spout, Toxtricity will live that as well.
That's so nice.
Modest would KO us, but with our Choice Scarf, we are faster than the Blastoise, so we would get the overdrive damage off first, meaning the Water Spout would no longer KO us.
That's huge. That is huge. Really, with Toxtricity, you gotta be faster so you could do that massive damage before you die. So yeah, I'm excited to have a Scarf Toxtricity joining us this week. So all right, I was really excited about that. I'm gonna not go out of order. As much as I'm tempted to be like, let's talk about Quagsire right now. We'll go down the list. So we have something spicy. So we brought Toxtricity, and you might be wondering, but Steph, Talonflame gets that priority Tailwind. Well, looky here, Cinderace gets Faint. So it was a really tough call to decide to drop that max Airstream, but rather than, again, fighting with the speed ties, we're going to try and get rid of that Tailwind. And if we do max the Cinderace, that max strike will actually lower the opponent's speed. So we do still have a little bit of a battle for speed control there, just in a little bit of an unexpected way. Patrick, what do you want to talk about with Cinderace? The floor is yours.
So Steph alluded to the Faint and the Talonflame. If we lead Cinderace Toxtricity and Sierra leads Talonflame, we can guarantee, barring Friend Guard Clefairy, that we will be able to feint the Talonflame first, thus breaking the Gale Wings, and then our Toxtricity outspeeds max speed Talonflame. So if we go for feint plus overdrive, the Talonflame will feint without any ability to use Tailwind, and will also deal some damage to the partner.
Absolutely. Oh, it's so good. I hope that we get to. I hope she leads Talonflame game 1, just so we could show off the tech. It's so cool. Oh, it's gonna be great. Hopefully, if not, as we've learned through WBE, something that I keep improving on or trying to do my best is to, still adapt when things don't go according to plan. But if we can get that prediction right, it'll be so awesome. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Spread-wise, we are running a naive nature this week instead of a jolly nature. With Scorching Sands, we make sure that we do not reduce our special attack. There are also some calcs that, in regards to the Blastoise, that the drop in special defense is not affecting whether Cinderace is one-shotted or two-shotted, so we're able to not really take the negative from the naive nature. Plus Scorching Sands as well. It's a good way to damage Cinderace. It's a good way to damage Dracozolt. But if max Cinderace can hit non-max Cinderace or non-max Dracozolt with Scorching Sands, we one-shot with it.
Yeah. It's a cool move to have. I didn't know until this week that Cinderace even gets this move. So the more you know, it's really cool. Yeah.
And sometimes like EVing to live certain attacks gets very specific. This is going to be a very specific calc. Life Orb does 10% recoil. So if we do the combo to get rid of the Talonflame, we are taking 10% of our health. The Cinderace is able to, after a feint, always live a max airstream from a non-Life Orb Cinderace.
That is crazy. Patrick, you are a calc master. I appreciate you so much. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Cinderace, spicy. I'm gonna try, guys. I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek. And hopefully I live up to this when I do my battle. Who knows? But I'm gonna really try and use Cinderace for its power without needing to max. The theme for this week is Steph conserving her Dynamax. We have a heckin' Snorlax with us this week, and I want to use it when the time is right. So, speaking of the devil, we're bringing a Snorlax with Double Edge, Fire Punch, Protect, and Belly Drum. I think I've been sleeping, pun intended, on Belly Drum Snorlax because that thing in practice is a beast. I think I've just always been afraid of setting it up and getting it, you know, in the right position. But if I can do that, oh my god, it destroys everything. So we've got this beautiful Snorlax running with that Gluttony ability, a Figgy Berry. Patrick, you want to talk anything more about Snorlax here?
Sure. We're running the same spread as we were last week, actually. Max defense, almost max HP, and a little bit in attack, but with an adamant nature to increase our attack. Basically +6 G-Max replenish, KOs pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Also, the Talonflame, the Trevenant, it can burn Snorlax, which isn't the best thing in the world. But even with the attack cut in half, Snorlax is still doing a lot of damage. Like, for example, if a burned Snorlax go at +6 attacks a G-Max G-Max Cinderace that turns into a Steel type, it is still doing 76 to 90%.
That's crazy.
This is a resisted hit on a Dynamax Pokemon from a burned Pokemon. That damage is insane.
Yeah, that's wild. So I'm sorry I didn't use it last week. I panicked, but this week I'm bringing Snorlax to like every game. I'm determined. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm going to be open to adapting, being flexible, but Snorlax is powerful and I need to utilize it. It is a good special wall as well because I have a feeling after watching my week 4, Sierra's gonna be like, yeah, so those water moves though with Blastoise, you know? So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the max flare from the Fire Punch is not only crucial for hitting the Trevenant and the Ferroseed, but in practice it reduced Blastoise's water spouts in like late game with the max flare setting up the sun.
Yeah.
Meaning Snorlax was able to take almost nothing from the water spouts and KO back after the Dynamax with the Double Edge.
Absolutely. So Snorlax is a beast, and enough said. All right, look at this boy, Quagsire. You'll notice that we are running a water absorb Quag holding the Rindo Berry. We're a little bit worried about that Trevenant, so having Rindo Berry will be really good to at least be able to live one Horn Leech off of the Trevenant. And you'll see we've got this moveset: Scald, Earth Power, Toxic, and Recover. Patrick, talk about why this moveset's pretty cool.
All right, so the Quagsire is max HP, max defense. Sierra has a physical team, so the Quagsire is able to take a lot of the hits and potentially recover them off. The Scald and Earth Power, even with no special attack EVs, are still doing respectable damage to Sierra's mons because a lot of them are weak to them. Example, Cinderace, Dracozolt, Talonflame, Bisharp, and the Crocroc, they do take a super effective damage from one of Quagsire's moves. So that's good for a little bit more than chip damage. Plus, with how defensive the Quagsire is and how physically offensive Sierra's team is, there are ways where if Steph can stall out the Dynamax and take care of the Trevenant, and then set up a 2v1 or even a 1v1, she can toxic stall with recover and just win the game that way, as Quagsire becomes an unbreakable wall.
Yeah. So we got some toxic shenanigans, and we'll see if we get to use them. I hope so. I hope so. We talked already about Toxtricity. Toxtricity is very, very cool. We've also brought the cutie Tangela, pretty much the same set as last week, except you'll notice that we are running Focus Sash and Regenerator. We noticed in practice that Tangela wasn't getting that much use out of the sun, but there were definitely a few moments where saving Tangela for later for that redirection was pretty nice. And so why not get a little bit of HP back while we're there? It could help us, survive an extra attack or two depending on who's left on the field. So yeah. All right, Patrick, the floor is yours. Talk about this little Tangela.
Okay, so the Tangela is running the same move set as it was in previous weeks. Leaf Storms, despite only being off of a 4 special attack EVs, still hits things very hard. Like, for example, if Sierra brings a 4 HP Scarf Blastoise, Leaf Storm will one-shot it.
Mm-hmm.
If she brings a 252 HP Blastoise, a more bulky one, it's still doing like 83% to even one-shotting if we get the best roll possible. Like, also, even if she brings a bulky EV like Crocroc, it's still one-shotting that mon.
That's crazy. Tangela is a beast.
In regards to the item, we gave it Focus Sash this week because many of the hits that Tangela can take, we're still getting 2 or 3 shots on them. Like, the intent of Tangela this week is to survive a hit, to do Rage Powder, and then Rage Powder again and go down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously we want Tangela alive as long as possible, but if it gets off 2 Rage Powders and we scout for Sierra's safety goggles, if any, we are probably in a good position. And the most crucial calc that allows us to run safety goggles, it allows us to run Focus Sash instead of Eviolite, is the calcs involving Talonflame. Now, if Sierra runs an Adamant Life Orb Talonflame with dual Wing Beat, we take 76 to 92 with the spread we have on Tangela.
Nice.
In order for Tangela to be one-shotted, Sierra basically needs to run Adamant Choice Band dual Wing Beat, and we are not expecting that.
Right.
So essentially, Tangela is probably going to get off at least two Rage Powders, or be able to take a few hits and switch it out for Regenerator health.
Yeah, absolutely. And last but not least, we're bringing Rhydon. We drafted the boy for this week, back in week 2. Look at that moveset. We've got Rock Slide, High Horsepower, Thunder Punch, and Protect. Lightning Rod is a great ability. Talk to us a little bit about some of these calcs and some of these move choices.
Sure. Rock Slide and High Horsepower are obvious good stab moves for Rhydon. We have Thunder Punch in part to hit Blastoise a little bit better. Like maybe Trevenant sets up Trick Room and we can bring in the Rhydon and hit the Blastoise with a Thunder Punch. Also, the fact that Tangela is able to utilize Focus Sash this week without dying to Talonflame's dual Wing Beat means the Eviolite was freed up for
Yay!
Rhydon. And there are some crucial calcs with it. For example, we were able to get it so that a Max Quake from Dracozolt is a 3-shot on the Rhydon. we are able, if we Dynamax the Rhydon, we are able to take a timid water spout from Blastoise at full health. Yeah. We will also take a Horn Leech from a max attack Trevenant with the Rhydon we have.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, it's just a very bulky physical wall that can dish out damage to Sierra's team. Plus, also block Dracozold's Bolt Beak and Max Lightning.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we could stall out that little boy and Hustle can do some work for us, which means miss. that would be really, really great. So yeah, this is a scary week. Good luck to both Sierra and myself when we do our battle. Do you have any final thoughts, Patrick, about this team? I think we covered a lot when it comes to what we're bringing this week. I'm really excited. Every week, guys, I continue to learn more and more about this team and about VGC, and I hope you guys have been enjoying this journey along with me. I've been learning a lot about calculations as well, and just how tweaking to make a Pokemon more defensive or offensive makes the entire difference. What are some lasting thoughts you have, Patrick?
Yeah, sure. In regards to the Snorlax, the Quagsire, and the Rhydon, you might notice that they are not being run min speed. The reason for that has to do with Sierra's Clefairy and the composition of her front office. Essentially, there are people that over there that I worked with in NPA, which is a VGC draft tournament where we draft players and have like a long season. I was able to win that league this year with some of the people over there. And they know that I sometimes go crazy in trying to stop sleep. Now, Clefairy gets Sing. So if we are not careful, Clefairy could be run at a higher speed to try to Sing a lot of our Mons. But by putting the Snorlax, the Quagsire, and the Rhydon faster, we will definitely outspeed a typical bulky Clefairy. And we will force Sierra to run a faster Clefairy if she wants to sleep us. So as long as we can avoid the singing Clefairy and the safety goggles, or Steph can play around them, I think we'll be okay this week.
I hope so too, Patrick. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, guys, do me a favor. At Pedon's YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, go follow Patrick. He's been helping me a lot and is very, very knowledgeable about VGC. You've been in the community how many years, Patrick? A long time.
Oh, way too long, Steph. Way too long.
Oh my gosh, I so appreciate your help. And if you guys, of course, enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, comment to help the algorithm be like, yeah, Steph's pretty cool, I guess. And I will see you guys in our next match, which should be the next day from when this video goes out. So I will see all of you guys later.